Morning, my brothers and sisters in Christ. I come to you with a message today. I know we all struggle in flesh, including myself, but God is the only thing that comforts me and allows me to know that I'm moving in the right path. Sometimes we all feel weak. We feel like he may not be working. He may not be doing things, but I know he's doing things behind the scenes, things that I may not even be able to see right now.
Alright, y'all, so I got a serious question. When people be like, God give his toughest battles to his strongest warriors, do that supposed to make you like feel good or something? Like,
we got it lit on Christmas Day. We got it lit on Christmas Day. Yeah, you can keep the present, cause I got his presence on me. Every day a blessing, tell me why you tripping on me. Got joy in my soul, see it dripping on me. You free, you don't gotta pay a fee. Have a gift you won't see under the tree. But I promise you got everything you need. Be surprised what you find when you see his face. No, it ain't never too late. I teach you be put food on the plate. What hero do you know for your soul and okay? I was violent so long, you saved me by his grace. I was running so long, couldn't keep up the pace. Living wild, I just needed a taste. As long as I live, I'm giving him praise. It just so happens that he born on his day. Hey, we got it lit on Christmas Day. We got it lit on Christmas Day. Hey, we got it lit on Christmas Day. We got it lit on Christmas Day.
What do you think could be causing the rise in feminized men these days? Something is severely attacking men's hormones and minds. Here's what I think some of the top culprits are. Number one, chemicals and pesticides. So the average man today uses 6 products daily. About 85 chemicals onto their body. Your skin is like a sponge. It absorbs whatever you put onto it. These synthetic chemicals, along with modern pesticides and non-organic food, are huge hormone disruptors. Number two, the plant-based push. So cholesterol and zinc are two of the most important nutrients for high testosterone levels. And a plant-based diet is low in both. If you're on a plant-based diet, you're more than likely going to have little and low testosterone. Number three.
Hi guys, I thought I'd give you an update because some new information about big banks infiltrating the NHS has just come to light. As you know, the organisation I run, which is called Every Doctor, is building a groundbreaking map of NHS privatisation, and as part of that, we're featuring the services that are outsourced to external organisations, including private companies. Now, yesterday we revealed that one of these private companies, which is called HealthShare, is actually owned by 4 big banks, which are HSBC, RBS, NatWest and Barclays. And we have just discovered another private healthcare company, which is called Connect Health, and when we have looked into who owns this company, it's Lloyds Bank. Big banks have no place in the NHS running NHS services. If you agree with that, would you share this video, please? Because it's very important everybody understands what's going on. We'll keep you updated because we're doing our research incredibly quickly now, and we're hoping to put this information onto our map soon. And when we do, we'll share it with all of you. We're only going to be able to push back against NHS privatisation if everybody understands what's happening. Thanks so much. Bye.
Hey, we got it lit on Christmas Day. We got it lit on Christmas Day. Hey.
This country is literally falling apart, man. It's like, even yesterday, I had a conversation with the police, and they were just basically saying to me, like, there's not really much that they can do out here. There's so many things within their power that are kind of being undermined, and like nobody's basically taking any account. Like, this government has literally shafted everyone. Even when you're walking through the streets, it's mad. Like, there's rubbish everywhere. Like, even if you're walking through Tower Hamlets, there's lots of people that are basically talking about nobody coming to collect any of the rubbish, right? Rubbish men are gone on strike. Police are basically saying that everything is just flipping a mess. Some of them are walking out as well, and it's one of them ones. Like, I ended up flipping having to sympathise with them. Like, this country is fucked, innit? Everybody's talking about it. Yeah, it's fucked. Normal flipping working people, and at the end of the month, most people ain't got shit left, and fucking some people ain't even got fucking food. Got people flipping, what's the word I'm looking for? People having to go out and steal and flipping supermarkets, all types of flipping shit. There's my car key. There's my car key inside. Yeah, people having to flip and go into supermarkets, fucking steal. Fucking British Transport Police saying that their computer systems ain't even linked to Metropolitan Police. They want to fucking leave. People talking about fucking leaving this country. Do you know what I mean? So-called fucking COVID's supposedly coming back. Loads of flights being cancelled at Gatwick and all types of shit. Like, England, UK, this government is fucking shafted, man.
Hey, we got it lit on Christmas Day. We got it lit on Christmas Day.
The reality is that we cannot keep just carving out little bits of where parental responsibility is just gifted. Not just gifted, actually. Currently, the family courts in our country collude with perpetrators of violence and abuse to a degree that is frightening for anyone who has ever sat inside some of those proceedings.
They took my grandchildren, they lied, they used a paedophile social worker who was running a paedophile ring for 50 years of his career, and they took them, they lied, they took them in a court hearing with complete and utter lies. 1 minute they were there and the next minute they were gone. And this can happen to anybody. My son was an entrepreneur. It can happen to anybody. There's a man that we spoke to the other night, he's a scientist. You don't have to be on the breadline to have your babies or your children taken. If they can get their hands on you, they're using domestic abuse clinics. If you've had domestic abuse, even 10 years past, you are on the system, they know your name, and they will come for your babies.
Mental health and depression.
Mental health, depression, they will use false psychological reports, children with autism, any reason whatsoever, children with learning difficulties. It's all big money for big business. CREIDTS Care Limited, we found out that one of their social workers was working for Sidra Research Hospital in Qatar. That hospital was built by Bill and Melinda Gates, and one of their social workers was over here as a project manager, trafficking children to a research hospital in the Middle East. Shame on you, social services. Shame on you. Open up the family courts. Open up the corrupt family courts. Shame on you. And they're all being paid. They're all being paid big bucks. The judges, the solicitors, the social workers, everybody involved, the psychiatrists, they're all in on it. They're all in on it. So shame on you all. And we are collecting evidence. Believe you me, we are watching you social workers. We are watching every single one of you now. We know what your business, we know how you work, we know you're using the grooming gangs, the taxi firms. We're watching you, we are tracking you. We know what you're doing and we are coming for you. I spoke to somebody at Social Work England, I'll just give you a laugh about this. I told her, we are taking your social workers to the Nuremberg trials because we've got enough evidence. And this woman turned around to me and she said, well, when you've been there, you can come back to us and maybe give us your evidence. I said, are you joking? Do you know what the Nuremberg trials are?
You alienated me, bruv. I've been collecting all the evidence the whole time. He's such a fucking...
Hey, we got it lit on Christmas Day. We got it lit on Christmas Day. Hey, we got it lit on Christmas Day. We got it lit on Christmas Day.
This is part 2 of my story of human trafficking and unlawful detainment. As I mentioned before, I was unlawfully detained by London Met and West Midlands Police for 5 days, during which time I was kicked and strangled. This led to my admission to a mental health ward. Hey everyone, did you know that a political prisoner is someone imprisoned for their beliefs or actions, not for any crimes they've actually committed? I'm a political prisoner because I reported human rights violations for the sake of my child. But the company involved...
Hey, we got it lit on Christmas Day. We got it lit on Christmas Day.
Was I recording you? Was I recording you? Thanks. Thank you.
Hey, we got it lit on Christmas Day. We got it lit on Christmas Day.
These officers think they're slick trying to make it look official now. Who the backside is Shirley Johnson? Who is Shirley Johnson? Who is Shirley Johnson? Because it damn sure ain't me. First name ain't spelled correct.
We got it lit on Christmas Day. Hey, we got it lit on Christmas Day. We got it lit on Christmas Day.
Month-old baby that just passed away wants you to hear this message. The message she wants you to know is, went to her routine doctor's appointment. Doctor gave her baby 3 shots from the childhood schedule. 2 days later, her child had kidney, liver failure, heart failure, and passed away. Did you know medical error now the 3rd leading cause of death in the US? The UK is not far behind. Doctors do not want you to know about this. In the United States, they have over 80 childhood shots on the schedule, and the UK again is not far behind. The US are the only country in the world with this number, and 10 of those shots are in the first 2 years of the child.
There's going to be a lot of weird shit that happens within our lifetime and within our generation that really changes the way of the world. So move somewhere, because whenever martial law is declared, you have whenever the credit cards fail, whenever your cards fail, whenever your banks fail and you can't use your fucking card anymore, you have 3 days to get out of where you are, because that's when they're coming for you. That's the big move. That's checkmate right there. And they think they have you. But move out to the country, get your scraps, stand up for yourself, build a tower, build a long road to where you can see them coming. Don't give up.
They pushing Satan in the children's faces on social media and every major label's playlist. Take away God and praise the pedophiles and rapists. Sell your soul to the devil and they'll make you famous. Hey, try to sons till they chop off their dicks and make our daughters feel broke if they ain't a hoe or a bitch. Even Drake and Taylor Swift promoting 666. Open the gram and seen twin brothers, incest kiss. This shit is sickening. The internet's a hell of a drug. Mainstream rappers, nothing but transsexual thugs. I remember back when trap was breaking bread with your plug. Now federal snitches topping the charge with the charges swept under the rug. Hey, Lucifer's a damn lie. They're putting poison in our water and our food supply. Your favorite rappers publishing on by a Jewish guy. The social media accounts are ran by AI. They transforming our religion into algorithms, convincing kids to be criminals like inside the system. Cause they executives invested in the private prisons. Even if they put me through hell, I know that God is winning. I know that God is winning. Even if they put me through hell, I know that.
You guys seen this, please? Please read this. A council has admitted receiving government money under a controversial adoption target scheme that rewards the removal of children from their parents.
Know what's inside of us, then they know that their time is up. That's why the media lies to us. It makes you feel like you're not enough. They want you high and they want you drunk. As long as you keep buying stuff, go to work and then go to sleep. Live day by day and then week by week. If you knew that you were God, you would say, man, fuck this job. You create like creators do. That's why God created you. That's what you were made to do. I was put here to say to you that you're beautiful, you're marvelous, you're phenomenal, you're awesomeness. You are God's light personified. Say that every morning when you open your eyes. I am. This feeling you can't get with drugs. This feeling you can't find at the club. This feeling only comes when you know that you the one. No matter where you been, it don't matter where you from. Let your light shine bright. If we knew what's inside of us.
So I hate to say I told you so, but the mainstream media is now reporting that they've never seen this many deaths in history. They say young people are dying at a higher rate than ever seen before. This is the news coming from America. Now I wonder why. Take a listen.
We are seeing what the FDA is describing as a catastrophic drop in life expectancy. What? We search for answers with Dr. Pierre Corey next. I'll notice that there seems to be more tragic stories every day of young people, especially young men, dropping dead. And now the FDA is warning of a catastrophic drop in U.S. life expectancy. In the first 9 months of this year, 158,000 more Americans died unexpectedly than in all of 2019. Now, just to give you some perspective, that's more than the casualties in every war since Vietnam, all of them combined. Now, actuarial reports that young people are being disproportionately affected here.
I got a man, but the nigga is a cheater. Fa la 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 la. If I leave him now, I'ma lose the best eater. Fa la 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 la. So if I find out who the bitch is, that's why I'm a bleeder. Fa la 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 la. I have to cut her body up and put it in the freezer. Fa la 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 la.
My shoes, niggas wishing I lose. I'ma get it like whoo. I done left it all behind me in Cali while yelling goodbye to my family. I had to do a little soul search. All of my demons kept.
We got it lit on Christmas Day. We got it lit on Christmas Day.
New mental health disorder in children. Take a look at these videos of children scrolling on their phones in their sleep. They're so dependent on their devices that they're showing addictive tendencies. Did you know that Steve Jobs, the inventor of the Apple products, said that he would never bring an iPad into his home? He banned his kids from using any Apple devices, calling them dangerous. The brain actually develops neurological pathways based on habits. The brain forms a map to give you skills that you need for physical and mental tasks. Children up to the age of 14 years old are developing at a really fast rate. So if you don't want your children to grow up using the word anxious, depressed, burnt out, make sure to start changing their habits while they are young.
While everyone is distracted with wars, the truth
is your
coming out.
Your notebook, page 92. Halfway down the page we can see CX bilat. Is that a reference to a bilateral meeting between the Prime Minister and the Chancellor Exchequer?
It is, yes.
In quotes, we're killing the patient to tackle the tumour. Large PPL, numbers of people, who will die. Why are we destroying everything for people who will die anyway soon?
I think that says economy. Sorry, explain.
Sorry, destroy the economy for people who will die anyway soon. Mr. Shafi, who said those words?
I can't say for sure. I think it was the former Prime Minister.
And people in hospital, the elderly, or the infirm, or the ill, were described as bed blockers.
He says, I must say I've been slightly rocked by some of the data on COVID fatalities. The median age is 82 to 81 for men, 85 for women. That's above life expectancy. So get COVID and live longer. Hardly anyone under 60 goes into hospital. I no longer buy all this NHS overwhelmed stuff. Folks, I think we may need to recalibrate. So this was a little bit earlier in August, where Patrick Vance has recorded that the PM WhatsApp group kicks off. And it says this: he's obsessed with older people accepting their fate and letting the young get on with life and the economy going. PM says his party thinks the whole thing is pathetic and COVID is just nature's way of dealing with old people. And I'm not entirely sure I disagree with them. A lot of moderate people think it's a bit too much. And lastly, please, page 312. The Chief Whip says, I think we should let the old people get it and protect others. PM says, a lot of my backbenchers think that, and I must say, I agree with them. It's not saying that the economy is the main argument. It's related, but it's different. It's saying, look, it's only old people who get this disease. Why don't we just let them get it so the young people can live their lives?
So, on that rather bleak note, that is all we've got for this week. The witnesses next week include Priti Patel.
We heard 10 witnesses talk over 28 hours, and while we did learn a lot, including that Dominic Cummings seems to enjoy nothing more than a good old swear.
So Louisa's there. Leonie goes home, and she's back within minutes, crying her eyes out, shaking like the fear of God is in her. And I'm like, Leonie, what is going on? She's having panic attacks almost. She's like, my house. The neighbour's got in again, and Louisa's there acting dumb. She keeps going on and on about this neighbour, man. Your house is fine, Leonie, go home. I said, how do you know, Louisa? Have you been to her house? So Leonie's been coming here, telling you the same things that I'm telling you about what's going on in my house and my neighbours. And you're just brushing us off. All right, I said, Leonie, come. Let me come with you. Let me see with my own two eyes exactly what is going on. And it was this. Here I am at another friend's who's going through hate crime that the police are letting her down. Months with a neighbour. Her door's been kicked in a number of times, barely even got a lock on it. You think Lewisham Council gave a damn? The dog is still in the kitchen. She puts the dog in the kitchen and pushes the sofa so the dog can't get out. So this wasn't a dog that tore through a house. The dog was highly sedated. The dog had been given medications. The fact that there's so many medications
On our side is that we can now talk about. We've been asked not to talk about it until now. We now can. So we took Pfizer to the regulator in the UK about comments that he made on the BBC about the kids' vaccine, and we won. So Pfizer's CEO, Dr. Baller, has been found guilty of misleading parents about the COVID vaccine for kids. As you'd expect, we'll be writing and talking more about that over the coming weeks. And yeah, it just reinforces our view that there are deep issues plaguing kids in the UK, and we will continue to fight the regulatory capture and vested interests which we see as so detrimental to children's health and welfare. We really hope that you'll stay with us on that journey, and yeah, stand by for more. Okay, have a great week everyone. Thank you.
Hey, we got it lit on Christmas Day. We got it lit on Christmas Day. Hey, we got it lit on Christmas Day. We got it lit on Christmas Day.
What do you think should be causing the rise in feminized men these days? Something is severely attacking men's hormones and minds. Here's what I think some of the top culprits are. Number one, chemicals and pesticides. So the average man today uses 6 products daily. About 85 chemicals onto their body. Your skin is like a sponge. It absorbs whatever you put onto it. These synthetic chemicals, along with modern pesticides in non-organic food, are huge hormone disruptors. Number two, the plant-based push. So cholesterol and zinc are two of the most important nutrients for high testosterone levels. And a plant-based diet is low in both. If you're on a plant-based diet, you're more than likely going to have little and low testosterone. Number three.
Hi guys, I thought I'd give you an update because some new information about big banks infiltrating the NHS has just come to light. As you know, the organisation I run, which is called Every Doctor, is building a groundbreaking map of NHS privatisation, and as part of that, we're featuring the services that are outsourced to external organisations, including private companies. Now, yesterday we revealed that one of these private companies, which is called HealthShare, is actually owned by 4 big banks, which are HSBC, RBS, NatWest and Barclays. And we have just discovered another private healthcare company, which is called Connect Health. And when we have looked into who owns this company, it's Lloyds Bank. Big banks have no place in the NHS running NHS services. If you agree with that, would you share this video, please? Because it's very important everybody understands what's going on. We'll keep you updated because we're doing our research incredibly quickly now, and we're hoping to put this information onto our map soon. And when we do, we'll share it with all of you. We're only going to be able to push back against NHS privatisation if everybody understands what's happening. Thanks so much. Bye.
See right now.
Alright, y'all, so I got a serious question. When people be like, God give his toughest battles to his strongest warriors, do that supposed to make you like feel good or something? Like,
we got it lit on Christmas Day. We got it lit on Christmas Day. Yeah, you can keep the present cause I got his presence on me. Every day a blessing, tell me why you tripping on me. Got joy in my soul, see it dripping on me. You free, you don't gotta pay a fee. Type of gift you won't see under the tree. But I promise you got everything you need. Be surprised what you find when you see his face. No, it ain't never too late. I teach you be put food on the plate. What hero do you know for your soul and okay? I was violent so long, you saved me by his grace. I was running so long, couldn't keep up the pace. Living wild, I just needed a taste. As long as I live, I'm giving him praise. It just so happens that he born on his day. Hey, we got it lit on Christmas Day. We got it lit on Christmas Day. Hey, we got it lit on Christmas Day. We got it lit on Christmas Day. Hey, we got it lit on Christmas Day. We got it lit on Christmas Day. Hey, we got it lit on Christmas Day. We got it lit on Christmas Day.
When you gotta remove yourself, I want y'all's problems. I want to cry over things that affect me. I want to cry over things that I should be crying about, not crying over a county that I can't fix because they'd rather have a corrupt fucking sheriff than a black one. Let that sink in. And I have literally been through hell from this county. They have destroyed my life. And still I'm hoping they'll do the right thing, but they never do.
That I'm moving in the right path. Sometimes we all feel weak. We feel like he may not be working. He may not be doing things. But I know he's doing things behind the scenes, things that I may not even be able to see right now.
Alright, y'all, so I got a serious question. When people be like, God give his toughest battles to his strongest warriors, do that supposed to make you like feel good or something? Like,
we got it lit on Christmas Day. We got it lit on Christmas Day. Yeah, you can keep the present cause I got his presence on me. Every day a blessing, tell me why you tripping on me. Got joy in my soul, see it dripping on me. You free, you don't gotta pay a fee. Have a gift you won't see under the tree. But I promise you got everything you need. Be surprised what you find when you see his face. No, it ain't never too late. I teach you be put food on the plate. What hero do you know for your soul and okay? I was wildin' so long, you saved me by his grace. I was running so long, couldn't keep up the pace. Living wild, I just needed a taste. As long as I live, I'm giving him praise. It just so happens that he born on his day. Hey, we got it lit on Christmas Day. We got it lit on Christmas Day. Hey, we got it lit on Christmas Day. We got it lit on Christmas Day.
We've talked about protecting our right, the right to keep and bear the arms that we'll need for the fight. And while we clung to that amendment with all of our might, other rights have been withdrawn. The right to representative democracy is done. It is money that's selecting all the candidates who run. It is money buying policies that impact everyone. And we fell for the con.
feel good or something? Like,
yeah, you can keep the present cause I got his presence on me. Every day a blessing, tell me why you tripping on me. Got joy in my soul, see it dripping on me. You free, you don't gotta pay a fee. Have a gift you won't see under the tree. But I promise you got everything you need. Be surprised what you find when you see his face. No, it ain't never too late. I teach you be put food on the plate. What hero do you know for your soul and okay? I was wildin' so long, you saved me by his grace. I was running so long, couldn't keep up the pace. Living wild, I just needed
It was very.
Oh my gosh, that's a map. Holy cow.
You can't find love is because women have been programmed to be masculine, and the elites have done this on purpose because women are the bridge to the spiritual realm. Women literally bring souls into this world. They have the powers of gods, but women do not understand their own strength, so they are trying to imitate men. This society is so lost.
These are just some of the members of the Illuminati. Pay attention. When I asked which celebrities are in the Illuminati, I was shocked what it showed me.
As long as I live, I'm giving him praise. It just so happens that he born on his day. Hey, we got it lit on Christmas Day. We got it lit on Christmas Day.
Greetings everyone, it's 7 in London and I'm coming back with another Wake Your Ass Up video. Now, on the heels of me exposing my own nightmare situation of being exploited and abused in the entertainment industry, I want to share some revelations to anybody who is unaware of what has been taking place in the industry, because this is rife. This is not just happening to me, this is happening to countless creative people. And this is why I always stress, if you are in the entertainment industry, musician, an artist, a designer, an author, filmmaker in television, film, music, this is a video that you need to become aware of. Share it with everybody that you can, because one of the things that when you have big cases like my own, they go out of their way to sabotage, block videos from coming out.
Hey, we got it lit on Christmas Day. We got it lit on Christmas Day. Hey, we got it lit on Christmas Day. We got it lit on Christmas Day.
What do you think?
Hey, we got it lit on Christmas Day. We got it lit on Christmas Day.
What do you think?
Hey, we got it lit on Christmas Day. We got it lit on Christmas Day.
Sorting me and breaking my phone. I've got the videos all on my Instagram. Everything's on the Instagrams at metpolice_UK. So you don't want to know. Everyone just puts a report and then the report goes missing. Do you want to see the emails from Officer Kushnir? You want to see all the emails where they're not even giving me a portal to upload this? I got assaulted in Tesco. You want to see the video? You want to see it? Yeah, I got arrested for it. I'm the victim. Excuse me, innocent until proven. I can prove I'm innocent.
Man, she left you.
You talking about my personal life?
You spoke about me. You spoke about my race.
When did I talk about
You
your
said I'm
race?
African and I'm not.
I run that business in Tottenham.
You can.
In Tottenham High Road. Listen.
Oh,
Listen.
I live down road.
Let me just carry on. And because of that, I know we get there's a lot of Somalian community here.
And would you do Somalian person?
Can I just say something? There's a lot of Somalian people. Hairdresser doesn't know me. We don't talk about any.
Can I speak to him? Can you believe it?
Okay, we're just gonna
he
ask
won't do my
one
hair. He's assaulted me.
No,
He went
can
to
we just
police.
ask something?
He said we can't do afro hair. This guy's the thing. This is Raymond, everybody. This is who assaulted me last week. Touch me.
You've been banned from the shop.
I'm not banned. I spoke to your manager. I spoke to head office. No, I'm not.
Just leave.
I come every day.
Leave now. Leave. I said leave. You've been banned from the shop.
You're going to get arrested.
No, you're gonna get arrested.
Am I? You assaulted me.
Yeah,
and
you're
you know
gonna get arrested. You're gonna get arrested.
I got witness. I
Yeah,
just took my number. You know
got-
the customer?
Just leave now.
I'm banned. No.
You've been banned.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait, wait.
You've been banned. I'm asking you to
You ever
leave.
put your hand on me again?
Yeah.
You've
been banned.
You ever,
Just
no,
leave.
I'm not banned.
Leave the shop.
I just spoke to your other manager.
You're a fool. Just
what's
leave
the
the
lady
shop.
manager that
Leave
ran
the
away?
shop. I don't-
I'm a fool, he
yeah,
said.
you just leave the shop. Leave the shop.
Wow.
Leave the shop.
That's
You know,
good.
you're not allowed.
What hero do you know for your soul? And okay, I was violent so long, you saved me by his grace. I was running so long, couldn't keep up.
Sticks and stones may break my bones. Your decent exposure as well.
Hey, we got it lit on Christmas Day. We got it lit on Christmas Day. Hey, we got it lit on.
Look at the government plans to actually spy on the bank accounts of those receiving benefits, whether they're working poor or disabled or doing their best as a carer. It really is a new low in this government's constant vile behaviour. Never in our history has the government intruded on the privacy of anyone's bank account without a very good reason, and now we're treating all people on benefits as potential criminals. If MPs think this is a good idea, then why don't we ask them to go first? With all the cases of corruption, second jobs and undeclared incomes, would MPs be okay if the banks had the ability to raise red flags on their accounts? That does seem to make sense, doesn't it? Just test the system before we use it on other people.
All parents have to listen to this. This is very, very serious. Now, outside of Morrison's today, my sister happened to be near there when it was happening. A girl was almost abducted, a child. Now, a van turned up out of nowhere and tried to take this girl. Now, police turned up, 2 police vans and a police car. Now, the van that tried to take the girl have escaped. This is in the UK, Greater Manchester area. I just want to raise awareness. Please be aware. All across the...
Escaped. Of course they did.
Running so long, couldn't keep up the pace. Did the water, I just needed a taste. As long as I live, I'm giving him praise. It just so happens that he born on his day. Hey, we got it lit on Christmas Day. We got it lit on Christmas Day. Hey, we We got it lit on Christmas Day. We got it lit on Christmas Day.
Oh my room, Sir, why are you touching that? You just you I'm not hitting you. What you trying to do is make he told me I'm not hitting. I'm not hurting you. I'm not hurting you. You attacked her. Why are you touching her? Sir, what did she do wrong? Because she can't leave. Sir, you are making my child get upset. I have a job to do. I understand. Let me calm her down.
I'm sick and tired of people portraying an image like this is the greatest country of all time and that we will never fall. I'm here to tell you, listen to what I'm fixing to say, because America itself, aka Babylon, is fixing to fall. But Ryan, we have more guns in this country than actual people. We'll never fall. You mean the same country where people are working 3 or 4 jobs and working 100 hours a week to not even get by anymore? They're damn near next to homeless. Oh, you talking about that country where everybody's on some type of medication? You can't even turn your TV on without seeing a commercial of some type of medication being shoved down your throat. You talking about this country? Not to mention this country's so full of hate now. You've got men hating women, and women hating men, and the black man hating the white man, and the white man hating the black man. There's nonstop hate. The government knows that. United we stand, and divided we fall, and right now we are beyond divided. I call it the 3 Ds. Distract them, you drug them, and you divide them, and the whole country's over with. But Ryan, how is America gonna fall? Pay attention. You infiltrate their country with quote-unquote illegal immigrants. Thousands, if not millions of them, and you place them strategically all throughout the United States, when in reality, they're United Nations troops waiting on an order. You label them on the news as illegal immigrants so that nobody in their country freaks out when they realize there's a whole nother military in our country right now. And then they create a major event such as the government bombing at one of our cities or saying that somebody's attacking us. And then they're going to round up our military and deploy them to another country. Not to mention they're going to create a draft and round up every last patriot they can find who would swear to protect this country and everyone in it, and they're going to deploy them to another country. Once they do this, it's easy breezy. They deploy the United Nations troops to go door to door, such as they done in the 1940s, and all throughout generations, governments have always destroyed their own people. They know they have to do this because America is a lot harder to take over than every other country, because we're armed to the teeth. I just want you to know, when the United Nations comes door to door, they don't have good intentions for you and your family. Understand this. They will tell you, come with us, we're here to take you to a safe place, and your family to a safe place, such as they did in the 1940s with the Jews. They told them at first, get on the train, we're taking your family to a nice camp. But nobody knew that they were like sheep going to a slaughterhouse. The stage is being set, folks, for the Antichrist to rise. This is all biblical. We're in the last days, and war is coming here on this soil. And be ready to defend your family, and most of all, be in the Bible. Stay away from worldly things. Don't get caught up in worldly things. Lead your family close to God every single night, and pray that He protects you during these last days, because I'm telling you, terrible times. The Bible says these are the worst times that will ever be in history. This is not to scare you. This is not fear-mongering. This is what's fixing to happen.
The UK is finished. If you're currently living in the UK, you might want to reconsider, because it's about to get a whole lot worse. So this graph shows you the standard of living in the UK, and it predicts it over the next few years up until 2028. Just take a look at that. This massive drop after 2023 shows how bad it's gonna get.
That man just does for the sake of doing it. No, there's a reason why we do what we're doing. And there's a reason why we try to make sure that everything is done to a certain level. You get me? A certain level. And we're not here asking for no donations for shit. We're putting in money into our own shit, investing into our own shit, and making sure our shit looks a bit more like 4K-ish and up to the time.
The nurse recluded with the local authority to steal my children. And I believe it's called social engineering now, because they send referrals behind your back to steal children of you.
With your daughter, what excuse did social services use to take your daughter from you?
Well, there wasn't any imminent harm. Even the judge confirms in the judgment. There wasn't obvious harm, there wasn't evidential harm. But there could have been a risk of future harm. A risk of future harm.
If you have a problem with vulnerable people claiming benefits, then this video is for you. Before anyone asks for proof of these figures, this is all public information which absolutely anyone can access. In the UK, there are around 650 members of parliament with an average annual salary of 86k. But their wage apparently isn't enough for them, as members of parliament gave themselves generous £17.1 million in bonuses, meaning that overall, just their wages and bonuses cost you, the taxpayer, £73.8 million. But this is only the tip of the iceberg. We pay around $805K each year for former members of parliament to enjoy their retirement after standing in office. But what's so much worse is we pay over £17 million per year for their food, while 80% of the country's starved taxpayers pay for any travel, accommodation, and food expenses. But what is so evil is that many of us struggle to rent or buy our own house. So why do us taxpayers have to fund not only their first home, but their second too? Along with all utility bills, council tax service charges, landlines, broadband, any installation fees, and usage fees. Members of parliament have convinced you that those who are vulnerable, in need, or don't have money to live are the ones who are the problem. For years, they have created division in order to evade accountability for the severe wrongdoings they commit. Wake up, people. And
This is for Rishi Sunak. Because you stand there and you talk about essentially a person like me, somebody who works full time, I live in social accommodation. I don't have anything other than my phone contract on my phone on finance, and yet I've just had to walk out of Aldi because after my bills are paid every month, I am left with £600 to put fuel in my car so I can get to work, get my food for the month, and do everything else I need to do. And within that, we're coming up to Christmas. After that, I've got to face the 7-week month of fucking January.
Have a gift you won't see under the tree, but I promise you got everything you need. Be surprised what you find when you see his face. No, it ain't never too late. I teach you put food on the plate. What hero do you know for your soul? And okay, I was violent so long, you saved me by his grace. I was running so long, couldn't keep up the pace. Living wild, I just needed a taste. As long as I live, I'm giving him praise. It just so happens that he born on his day.
Let's embarrass this government and get Martin Kerr's God Rest, Ye Merry Billionaires to #1.
God rest ye merry billionaires, let nothing you dismay. Forget your workers' families going hungry on this day, and save yourselves from income tax you'll never need to pay. Oh, tidings of corruption and greed, corruption and greed. Oh, tidings of corruption and greed. In Washington and London town you pay the lobby fees to hold the reins both left and right of sham democracies, and keep us entertained so we don't know we're on our knees. Oh, tidings of corruption and greed, corruption and greed. Oh, tidings of corruption and greed. Fear not, ye say the media, they only sing your praise. The job creator gave us all that's good and all that pays. Be thankful for your stable beds and don't ask for a raise. Oh, tidings of corruption and greed, corruption and greed. Oh, tidings of corruption and greed. The Prince of Peace you call him while you make war in his name. A man with no possessions made a shill for earthly gain. Imagine all the people led by men who have no shame. Oh, tidings of corruption and greed, corruption and greed. Oh, tidings of corruption and greed. That they vastly underestimated you. And let me tell you, that is actually a blessing in disguise. To be underestimated and to be overlooked can sometimes be a blessing in disguise. I feel like where you were coming from, the reason that you were overlooked and underestimated was because you hadn't quite gotten to your potential yet. And now that you've gotten there, people are starting to recognize you more and recognize what you're capable of more. And they're recognizing that, like, you're the truth. Like, you are... There is nothing fake about you. These people are recognizing that, like, you're smarter than what they had planned. Like, you're like, oh, I was gonna play some games with this girl or this boy. Maybe I better not. And you've had a lot of testing spirits come at you lately. A lot of testing energies. People are like, let's just see. Let's see if we can get past this, like, what they assumed was bullshit, right? Just to find that, like, it ain't bullshit. You are not bullshit. You are not bullshitting. You tell the truth. You speak the truth. You are the truth. And I think it's thrown a lot of people off their game. A lot of people have stepped back from playing this game. They've actually, like, forfeited. They're, like, waving the white flag. They're like, yeah, never mind, I'm good. I'm good. I'm not gonna fuck with this one. And they're like I feel like they're apologetic in a sense. They're never gonna say sorry to you. Because they never told you that they underestimated you, so they can't say sorry for something they never expressed. But this is just like an internalized feeling for a lot of people that they're recognizing that, like, yeah, they kind of fucked up. And there's a lot of people in regret because they lost a chance to be your friend or to be your partner and to grow with you and like be a part of your journey because they underestimated you, because they went into things playing a game, and now they wish they hadn't. That's how you know you won. Congratulations, pat yourself on the back. But it's not over yet, it's just getting started. So don't quit.
We got it lit on Christmas Day. We got it lit on Christmas Day. Yeah, you can keep the present cause I got his presence on me. Every day a blessing, tell me why you tripping on me. Got joy in my soul, see you tripping on me. Get free, you don't gotta pay a fee. Happy gift you won't see under the tree. But I promise you got everything you need. Be surprised what you find when you see kiss face. No, it ain't never too late. I teach you deep, put food on the plate. What hero do you know for your soul and okay? I was wildin' so long, you saved me by his grace. I was running so long, couldn't keep up the pace. Living why I just needed a taste. As long as I live, I'm giving him praise. It just so happens that he born on his day. Hey, we got it lit on Christmas Day. We got it lit on Christmas Day. Hey, we got it lit on Christmas Day. We got it lit on Christmas Day.
What do you think should be causing the rise in feminised men these days? Something is severely attacking men's hormones and minds. Here's what I think some of the top culprits are. Number one, chemicals and pesticides. So the average man today uses 6